Fam, what's up? Kyle Henderson, Bama football on YouTube. Can I get a roll tide inside the comment box? I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for joining me today right here on Bama football on YouTube. I hope you guys are off to a really good start on this fine Thursday. It is June 13th. We're going to talk about recruiting. Let me size this up. If I zoom in like this, that means I'm reading the comment box. Got the fresh fade. I went with like the burst fade. That's what they call this. I'm getting my haircuts at Rivera's over here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, in Northport. Check them out. Tell them Kyle Henderson sent you. All right, so look, I want to jump right into it. From the jump, okay, Naheem Offord, the #1 player in the state of Alabama, has been to Tuscaloosa 4 times over the last 8 days. I saw that tweeted out by Josh Newberg of On3. All right, he was just here for Alabama's 7-on-7 high school tournament. By the way, we're going to talk about Trent Seaborn, the big-time quarterback out of the class of 2027. Seems like the kid's been playing quarterback for forever, right? So I want to hear from you. Was everybody gets jumped in? Okay, give me a thumbs up on this video, and I want you just to tell me yes or no. So type Y for yes, type N for no inside the comment box. If you think Naheem Offord, the #1 player in the state of Alabama, will flip from Ohio State to Alabama when everything is said and done. I'm going to take coffee, let everybody get checked in. Jarvis, what's up, my boy? Coming in here, man. Good to see you. What's going on? Dale, Brazen Knight, I see you. Army, 3275, what's going on? Everybody inside the undefeated, inside the comment box, I appreciate you. Okay, so I got, what's up, Chris? I got Chris in here. I got Anthony, Chase, and everybody. I just asked you, if you're just checking in, you're just getting going, my question to you, okay? Just give it to me. Do you think Naheem Offord, the #1 player in the state of Alabama, will flip from Ohio State to Alabama? Type yes, type Y for yes, and for no. All right, look, and I want to talk about this a little bit, all right? Just because things are really heating up, and as you know, he's been in Tuscaloosa recently. He was even spotted during the 7-on-7 tournament wearing Bama gloves. You know we got to have the coffee hot. All right, I just got out of my workout, feeling good. Oh, we have to do our calorie count. How many have we burned so far? I'm up to 597, and I led the workout this morning. So you can follow me on Instagram, Mr. Kyle Henderson. 37 men showed up. It's free. It's free workout here in Tuscaloosa. I appreciate you guys. What's up, Javion? What's up? Good morning to you, Jackson, FFG. Everybody's saying yes. So look, it seems like, and usually how this works is right where there's smoke, there is fire. I don't know if this is necessarily smoke, but I think it is realistic because Alabama has really put the full court press on Naheem Offord. And I think what the full court press is to me is showing that the brand is still here, showing that Alabama can still recruit at the very high level. And because of that, you have your chess pieces, which are Ryan Williams, who is from Saraland, the state of Alabama, on the offensive side of the ball. And he's like, look, you want to come play with savages? You want to play against future NFL players on a daily basis? You come over here to the University of Alabama and you work every single day. Now, does that mean that you start from the jump? Well, no, because we always talk about entitlement, right? You are not entitled to anything in this life, nothing. So, but when you come over here, you can work and you can compete against the best. And Ryan Williams, who wouldn't want to go against him every single day? I love how Alabama's secondary is starting to come together. By the way, I don't want to forget about Chuck McDonald. I want to talk about Ivan Taylor as well, who's a Florida prospect that is committed to Notre Dame. I think when you start to see Alabama and you start to look at the recruiting, I think you start to understand the momentum that this team is starting to have on the recruiting front. All right, you look at the last 4 prospects that Alabama has had come in. These are some big time notable names. And I know we're talking about Naheem Offord right now. And by the way, if you're just checking in, Anthony, what's up, man? I appreciate you being here. Jarvis, what's going on? Anthony Morris, I appreciate you being here, man. And from the jump, look, Coach Kalen DeBoer doing it right. He is building relationships. He's a very relatable person, and I think the prospects are loving it. And you know what? Look, this new energy, whatever, it does exist, but also like it's a new wave. Like I just saw on Instagram, like the entire team. Now we're talking team real quick. The entire team is in the film room, right? You've seen it before, and they're all going out with like Lil Baby, right? The freestyle, and they're just all vibing together. I am seeing so much team cohesiveness from the jump already. Kevin, what's up, man? So Kyle, I burned 1,200, man, yesterday. Yes, man, that's right. That's what's up, man. Appreciate you. Um, Look, man, look, I am here to talk about the news. I think that Alabama just has a lot of momentum. And I think when you see what's happening with the team and you see Coach Kalen DeBoer, we're never going to forget about what Coach Saban did and how, right? You saw that, Jarvis? Did you see that? The whole team, they were just vibing like inside the lock. That was amazing. Literally, it was I listened to the freestyle Little Baby the whole time. I'm still listening to it in my truck. Um, so the point is, this wave is not only riding from the team, but also recruiting. Can you imagine if you're a recruit and you've just been here? We're going to talk about the weekend recruiting visitors list, man, which is action-packed because you have the number one running back in the state of Alabama who will be here, or the state of Mississippi who will be here, and that's Ackland, who's committed to Ole Miss. So we're talking about prospects that are 5 stars because I want to talk about the 5 stars. You guys are like, where are the 5 stars? When are 5 stars going to come? They are here. They are at practice. Like, they are seeing the team. When Ackland comes in this weekend, who is from Mississippi. By the way, Mississippi has some ballers this year at the high school football level. You come in and you get to see this new energy. You get to mix with the players that have stayed, that want to be a part of Coach Kalen DeBoer, and you start to understand that, look, this is something special that Alabama has going on right here, and I can't wait to see it. So before I move on from Naheem Offord, the number 1 player in the state of Alabama who is in Parker High School, I just want to ask everybody, because now we have 67 on. Just tell me one more time if you haven't answered. Is it why that he will flip? So yes, inside the comment box, or no, do you think Ohio State will be able to hang on to him? I think if we talk challenges about getting Offord to flip, could it be a money thing, right? Like how much, because Ohio State knows that, and we've seen before that they have gone all in terms of what they can offer from a money standpoint, but Alabama isn't broke. So I think now that the universities are going to start being able to pay players, things are going to stay the same at Alabama, 100%. Steven, good morning to you. I appreciate you, man. Max is saying it could be money. It could, right? And look, if you got an offer, this is business for these prospects. It's always been business. Now the players are getting paid, but that could be one of the challenges. But I think on the flip side, if you just look to Alabama overall and you look to, I like to stand like this. This is like how Coach Saban would stand, but I like to also stand like this. You also look to how could Alabama develop you? Right? We talk about it all the time. Kane Womack and his philosophy, Mo Lindquist coming in, Colin Hitchler, Christian Robinson, Freddie Roach. You want to be a part of that defensive staff. Plus, you got some guys that can show you the ropes on the defensive staff. Can you imagine being under like Malachi Moore in terms of mentorship? Malachi Moore doesn't get enough credit for being a strong ambassador of the University of Alabama. Tyler Booker, an incredible human. Malachi Moore, the same thing. So when you come in as a freshman, these are the guys that could mentor you in your initial year, at least this year for the freshmen before they leave. I love it. Love it, everything about it. All right, so Naheem Offord wearing Alabama gloves. I think it is definitely heating up. I can't wait to see what happens over the next 2 weeks, whatever it's going to be. But he did commit to Ohio State back in February. Phil, that's a little bit early, but I do feel that good things are happening for Alabama. And if I had to answer right now my own question, do I think he will flip to Alabama? I would say yes. All right, so let's talk about quickly Trent Seaborn out of the class of 2027. Now, who has seen this young man, or who knows about Trent? Have you guys seen this quarterback, right, out of Thompson High School? The guy was playing, okay, and we haven't talked about him on my show. The guy was playing varsity at Thompson as an 8th grader, like the starting quarterback, okay? You have kids out there. I have a son and a daughter, right? By the way, my daughter just got braces yesterday. So, she's doing the Advil and the Tylenol. She did good yesterday. But, those first time you get your braces on, man, it hurts. Or every time you go get tightened up. Okay, so we know about Trent, right? You've seen him play inside the comment box. I cannot believe that this guy was starting at that level as an 8th grader. Okay, so what he did recently was he led, and this happened yesterday, is he led Thompson to the 7-on-7 championship victory yesterday at Alabama. And that was the second time that they have won the 7-on-7 championship. What was interesting about it, and he's been offered by Alabama, he was pictured with Coach Kalen DeBoer and Nick Sheridan. Wouldn't an amazing story be if Trent, 2027, we're getting, man, you feel old to start talking about 2030, like, right, we're getting up there. This guy, what's good, Sweet Home Bama, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for being here. This guy is a very polished quarterback. He's young, but the way that he's progressed over the last couple of years, it is something worth watching. And I love to talk about the in-state guys. That's why I'm hyped up to talk about Naheem Offord. You talk about the guys who are recruiting him, Ryan Williams, and now you start to talk to a way out quarterback in Trent Seaborn. Love to see it. I love the photo of him posted with Nick Sheridan and Kalen DeBoer. And he said on his social media account that after the championship that he was able to spend time with Coach Kalen DeBoer and Nick Sheridan. That's what I think. Like on the offensive side of the ball, I'm not worried at all. Like, and I do have my concerns about the defense. I just want to see how the secondary comes together, and I think I have every right to say that because it's an entire new secondary. But on the offensive side, man, not even worried about it at all because Coach Kalen DeBoer's system, Nick Sheridan is a quarterback under Coach Kalen DeBoer's philosophy. And then don't forget about Jamarcus Shepard, right, their wide receivers coach, who is also assistant head coach and passing game coordinator. And Jarvis, you're right. You have to keep the in-state talent. By the way, Antonio Coleman, who is committed to Alabama, I think he is visiting Auburn this week. Remember, he was originally committed to Auburn and then flipped. He's out of Saraland as well, flipped to Alabama. These guys take their visits, and rightfully so. All right, so definitely watch for Trent Seaborn, a very talented quarterback out of the class of 2027. Rivals.com just released their top 10 pro-style quarterbacks from the class of 2025. Did you guys see this? It was a graphic, and they listed them out. The number one quarterback, and they listed, this was interesting, they listed as pro-style quarterbacks, Julian Lewis, who is still committed to USC as the number one quarterback. They also had Bryce Underwood, who was committed to LSU, and they had KJ Lacey, who was committed to Texas. So when I started, those were the top three. And when I started looking, KJ Lacey, I pulled up On3's profile. And did you know that he still predicted, like at least on their percentage, to flip to Alabama? I don't know. I really haven't seen too much of that recently, but I thought it was interesting. You know, he's an electric quarterback out of Saraland. Now, Keelan Russell is the number 6 quarterback within that group. So I think it paints the picture of the type of quarterback that Alabama is getting. You get your quarterback for the class of 2025. Has there been any updates on KJ Lacey? Maybe I have missed some. I'm not sure. But maybe something like kind of just to keep like far out tabs on. But I love Keelan Russell coming in. I really do. I think KJ Lacey is 5'10", maybe. I don't know if he's 6 foot, but the guy, I mean, who cares? I mean, you see this guy on the football field and kind of the connection that Saraland has had to Alabama, being that he's former teammates with Ryan Williams. I don't know. But I think when you look to Keelan Russell, he has the height that we like. Like, I like a taller quarterback, 6'3", 190 pounds. You get him in, get him up to 210. The guy can, I mean, you're right. Like, KJ's a baller. I think Keelan Russell's a baller. I was just impressed with Keelan's running ability, and I don't want to just say, like, he's a dual threat quarterback. The guy has amazing touch on his football. Like, he really does. He plays at some great competition. So I love anytime. I like getting your quarterback early. I would consider this still early in the recruiting process, right in the summertime window, because I think it helps kind of with the momentum of your class. Think about what just happened. You got Keelan Russell checked in, and then 2 days later you get Michael Carroll, a big offensive lineman, and then you get Mal Waldrop, right, the day after. So those are the guys that are going to be protecting Keelan Russell in the future. All right, let's talk about Ackland Deer, who is the 5-star running back out of Mississippi that is committed to Ole Miss, that is coming in to visit with the Alabama Crimson Tide this weekend. All right, so this is a big visit, and there's also going to be another visitor who is a running back who is committed to USC, and that is, let's see, Harry Dalton. He's a running back, and he's out of Virginia, but he is committed to the USC Trojans. So, look, you have an opportunity to showcase Robert Gillespie and the coaching staff to the number 1 running back in the country. And I think I talked about this yesterday. Don't think when you think about this offense that you just think that it's just a pass-heavy offense, that the running backs aren't going to get fed. That is not the case at all. The running backs this year, I don't know if there will be a 1,000-yard running back this year. Scott, what's up, man? I appreciate you being here. Carrot, good morning. I appreciate you as well. Benji, what's up, man? I see you inside the comment box. Let me ask you this, Undefeated. Undefeated is the community. That is the name because the Undefeated knows if I need help, like the Undefeated has my back. Jamarcus, I appreciate you being here. Do you think, and we're talking about running backs, Ackland Deer, the #1 running back in the country, will be on campus this weekend. But let me ask you this. Do you think that Alabama will have a 1,000-yard running back this season? Let me know. And I ask you this because you have some running backs that need to be fed. Not because they're going to transfer somewhere else, but I think this can be a running back by committee. Now, I do feel, and I didn't feel this way in the springtime because I'm a huge Justice Haynes type guy, okay? But I feel that Jam Miller is going to be like the guy, the first running back that takes the reps, the first running back that really has an opportunity to wear teams down. I think Justice Haynes is going to be get fed a lot as well, and I'm curious to see kind of the distribution between those two running backs. And we never forgot about Richard Young. We really didn't. But what he was able to do in the spring game in terms of his yards after contact, that really blew me away. Honestly, if I really, really want to be honest with you, that was probably one of the bigger takeaways from the spring game was the fact that I didn't understand how physical of a running back Richard Young was. My goodness, man, you could not take him down. Like he was, and the crazy thing was he only ran for 27 yards in that game. So I'm asking you if Alabama will have a 1,000-yard running back. Under Coach Kalen DeBoer last year, Washington's running back ran for 1,200 yards. Now, they didn't have the type of running backs that Alabama has, so I don't know if it'll be kind of a running back by committee, but I'm telling you, when this video game comes out on July 16th, and I promise you I'm getting it early, that I am going to run the football with this group until I can start to understand the passing concept. I still play on the sticks. Lynn, what's up, man? I appreciate you. Lynn, follow Lynn on social media. Lynn has been posting some great recruiting scoop. Lynn is like in Tuscaloosa. He's like in the action. I'm here in Tuscaloosa. Lynn is like at campus. Like he's posted some great pictures. So Lynn, what's up, man? Lynn, let me ask you. Good morning, Lynn. Lynn, who's next to commit to Alabama? Lynn, I'm asking you, who's next to commit to Alabama? Right? C. Hopper, what's up, man? 100% agree about Richard Young. He's a hidden gem. Exactly. That's why I'm asking you, can you really have a 1,000-yard rusher within this group? And there's nothing, look, if a guy doesn't hit 1,000 yards, that's not a success. It's not like it's not a fail at the end of the season. It just means that Alabama has the guys to be able to run the trenches within this offense, okay? So I'm going to say no on a 1,000-yard running back. But I guess that's just something that we're going to have to track. By the way, love Jam Miller, and I cannot wait for Justice Haynes. So that running back's crazy. And it's like Daniel Hill's back there and Kevin Riley. So if you have Ackland Deer, you introduce him to those running backs, but you also, more than anything, you introduce him to the philosophy under Coach Kalen DeBoer, and you say, look, the running backs are going to be an integral part of this offense. Here's what we've done in the past, whether it be at Fresno State, whether it be at Indiana. This is how we're going to feature you in the long term, right? So Chris from New Jersey, what's up, man? We're going to have at least one 1,000-yard, maybe two. That would be crazy. Ram, what's up? Roll Tide Roll, man. Good morning to you. I see you inside the comment box as well. Thank you so much for being here this morning on Bama Football on YouTube. A couple other guys who are going to be on campus this weekend. You have Harry Dalton, as I mentioned, the running back out of Virginia that is committed to USC. And he's a big, imposing running back. And I think that's how you need to load up your running backs. You need your quick, shifty type guys, but you also need your guys that can pick up, those tough yardage. Like Daniel Hill, the guy's a monster. I think he's like, 230 pounds, something like that. So Harry Dalton on board. Jackson Lloyd is an offensive lineman out of the state of California. He'll be in town this weekend as well. Yeah, I think he could potentially be on commitment watch as well. Justin Hill, who's a top 100 edge rushers out of Ohio. Javion Campbell, who's a 4-star out of Kentucky. So the thing that I love about this recruiting philosophy so far is how Alabama is able to go across the country. There's not one particular like pipeline state that he's kind of diving into. It's like you go from Michael Carroll out in Pennsylvania, you get Keelan Russell out of the state of Texas, and then you go out and get Chuck McDonald from California. Like, what's the problem? L. Davis, what's up, man? I got you. Thank you so much. Southern Red, good morning to you. Jarvis up in here. Of course, Jamarcus, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here this morning right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Okay, let me ask you this, okay? Undefeated. This is for everybody. Lynn, I'm still waiting for your answer on who's next to commit. Who do you think will be next to commit to Alabama? And do you think there will be a commitment this week? Sound off inside the comment box. The last four have really got people amped up in this cold summer, right? That's why I'm wearing the hoodies all the time. What's up, Robert? I appreciate you being here. I feel that, there will be a commitment this week. Oh, Lynn said Merrill. Dawson Merritt. Okay, Dawson Merritt. Yeah, I think Dawson Merritt is probably on commitment watch. Sorry if I missed that inside the comment box. So he is a 4-star linebacker out of Kansas, right? Kansas. And I think also like Nebraska might be in play there. But I think that, as I said earlier, I kind of want Nebraska to be good. I don't know why. I just feel like college football is more interesting when they're good. But it's not it. And I think if you want to come here, and specifically, if you look at the linebackers for Alabama, I think if you come here, a selling point is you could probably get on the field sooner than later, kind of with the guys that are going to exit after these next couple seasons, the linebacker position. Plus, he's a really good player. Dawson Merritt, probably on commitment watch for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Okay, I also I want to talk about some remaining players that are going to be, or remaining prospects that are going to be visiting Alabama throughout the month of June. This one is very interesting, okay? So these are the guys who are not going to be here this weekend, but within the next 2 weeks, okay? So you have a 5-star wide receiver out of the Lone Star State who is Khalil Lockett, okay? Check out his highlights. After this, or during your downtime, write this down, Khalil Lockett, okay? He's a 5-star wide receiver. He will be taking an official visit on June 17th. You also have David Sanders, another 5-star offensive lineman out of North Carolina. And don't forget about Ty Haywood. Ty Haywood is another 5-star offensive lineman out of Texas. Do I think Alabama's going to get 5 stars? Yes. Do I think they're going to get a few? I do, honestly. See, Benji saying Lockett's the truth. And look, Khalil Lockett and Keelan Russell, those two are talking. Lone Star State connection coming to Alabama. I don't know. I like it. You bring on Ty Haywood, the big offensive lineman from Texas as well. Man, they're heating up. L. Davis asked, do you think Bama could land the #1 class in 2025? Oh, man. Yes, and here's why. It didn't take me long because I think 5 stars are going to jump on board. I think Alabama would probably get Dejon Lee. I think you flip Naheem Offord. You probably get maybe like another surprise or 2 5 stars. So I think Alabama might get 4 5 stars, maybe 5 by the time everything is said and done. And you're right, Benji. Russell is also teammates with Decorian Moore, who is a top wide receiver in the state of Texas. So I honestly, I don't know about Decorian Moore. I haven't seen too much out there from the recruiting sites. Maybe something will kind of transpire maybe in the month of July, but I do like Lockett, what's going on right there. So, and this kind of leads me into a segue. I want to talk about wide receivers at Bama, but first, let's kind of go over the remaining components in the month of June, guys who will be in town. So June 18th, as I said, David Sanders, a 5-star offensive lineman. And then coming in on June 21st, you have Dejon Lee, okay? This is going to be huge. You also have Caleb Cunningham, who is a 5-star wide receiver out of Mississippi. Mississippi's turning out some ballers. They have some ballers in the class of 2025. Let's talk to Dejon Lee real quick. Okay, so this is the type of cornerback, along with Naheem Offord, that I think would be, like, you get these two on board, I mean, this could go down as one of the top defensive secondary classes. And it would be really, really impressive because Alabama had so many guys leave the program. So getting these guys in the secondary, if they're 5 stars, I mean, my goodness, like, people are going to freak out. Let me ask you, this Dejon Lee, who's coming in on June 21st for an official visit, okay? He will make his official announcement, I think, on the 28th. So Alabama's going to have a shot at him to land in what could be Alabama's first 5-star, right? I don't know if Khalid Lockett just comes here and commits. I would be surprised by that. But I think with Dejoun Lee, I think he could commit at the back end. Greg is saying, read an article yesterday about Moore, Russell, and Lockett talking with each other about coming to Alabama. Interesting. Lynn chiming in. What's up, Lynn? Appreciate you being here. Shakai Mills, a running back, may commit next week based on the running backs. How things go this weekend. I like Lockett, but he won't commit until August 15th. Appreciate that. And like Jarvis is saying, get the full court press on these guys, right? The full court press. All right, so those are the guys on the back end of June. We are watching Dawson Merritt. So everybody watch Dawson Merritt. Turn on your notifications. All right, I want to touch on 2 more things. And the way that my morning shows have been going, I've just been rocking with, I have a list of things that I want to talk about, and then kind of as news happens. So be notified. If you want to become a fan funder of this YouTube channel to help me, to support me, $2.99 per month. You can hit the hyperlink above our homepage. There's a hyperlink that says that. So I appreciate you guys supporting, or a thumbs up goes a long way. I appreciate you being here right here on Bama Football on YouTube. All right, so I saw the schools out on the schools that had the most Biletnikoff winners. This is interesting. You see this? It was on social media. And there is 3 schools in college football that have produced 3 winners of the top wide receiver in the country. Here's a trivia question real quick that I ask, all right? Can you name the 3 wide receivers that have won the Biletnikoff Award here at the University of Alabama? Can you name the 3 Biletnikoff Award winners that have won the award here from the state of Alabama, or here from the University of Alabama? Jamarcus is saying Naheem Offord might sign soon. Probably means commit, but I mean, he was just here playing for Parker in the 7-on-7 tournament, wearing Alabama gloves. He's getting the full court. If anyone was ever getting the full court press, it's him. And Coach Kalen DeBoer has done a damn good job landing guys from the state of Alabama. Remember, people were like, he can't recruit. How is he going to recruit the state of Alabama? How is he going to recruit the Southeast? Nobody's questioning that anymore. We already had a video on that. Jarvis, Amari Cooper, Smitty, and Julio. Nope, that was close. Good shot at it. Try again. That was really close. Is someone out of the Sunshine State? Do you think a 4-2-5 defense will work in the SEC? Yeah, I think so. I think Alabama has the players to run this defense, and I think even though the secondary doesn't have a lot of cohesiveness just yet, I think that Keon Sabb will be a welcomed addition. I think that kind of all eyes, this defense, at the corner position, look, if Deshaun Jones, the transfer from Wake Forest, if he turns out to be, the guy at the corner position, I think you're good to go. I think you have some really talented outside linebackers. Yesterday, people were talking about Keon Keeley. I think that was probably one of the bigger storylines, was him moving from outside linebacker to the defensive line. I think it's kind of an experiment just to see how things will go. Keon Keeley is a massive human. All right, Brandon has it. And that is Judy, Cooper, and Smitty. Yes, so the 3 award winners for the best wide receiver award in the country, Jerry Jeudy, Amari Cooper, and Devontae Smith. You got it, man. Congratulations. All right, okay, so that's what I have, recruiting team. Last thing I want to hit on is Alabama will be taking on a team that wears these similar colors, Alabama basketball. Did you see this? Alabama basketball will be playing in the SEC versus ACC, like an ACC tournament this year, and or this coming season, and they'll be going to North Carolina. Look, Jeff, good morning to you, man. I appreciate you being here. Benji, always appreciate the support. So Alabama going to Chapel Hill. Alabama basketball has certainly arrived. 1,000,000,000,000,000%, okay? They're here. This wasn't a one-hit wonder. Like, they are here to stay. This roster that Nate Oates has, deadly. They're already the preseason #1 in basketball rankings, according to big-time college basketball analysts. Last year, I'm telling you, when Alabama, or this past season, when Alabama and North Carolina met each other in the NCAA tournament, that was probably the best college basketball game I have ever seen. It didn't stop. The game was back and forth, and when Alabama went down at halftime, I was curious to see how that team would come out and fight. Alabama beating one of the pillars in college basketball has taken Nate Oates to this other trajectory where I think he's one of the top 5 coaches in all of college basketball. Jimmy, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for the love. So with Alabama now taking on North Carolina, this will be another opportunity for Alabama to showcase where they are as a basketball program, okay? Because you as a fans, you have wanted Alabama basketball to be where they're at. You deserve it. And I think that, is that game at home? Max Tooney? Oh, no. Okay, you wish the game was at home. I think it's great. Go to Chapel Hill, okay? These early season games make you. Look, I think that Alabama wouldn't be the team that they are if they didn't play Purdue last year. And I know that game, wasn't that game in Canada or something like that? But the point is, you need to load up on a difficult non-conference schedule to be ready for a gauntlet of a conference schedule. And remember this, Alabama was picked 5th by the media in the SEC media poll. So I can't wait to see this Alabama basketball team, pop off this coming season. So any chance I get a chance to talk about the basketball team, and let me think about this. Who do you think is going to be the starting 5? How are you going to, the rotation of this basketball team is going to be crazy, right? I appreciate you. Yeah, but I got the coffee. I got the workout in. Felt good. I appreciate you. The calorie count is 622 as of the burn calories as of 8:01. As you know, I am. Oh, Kevin, that's amazing, man. Congratulations. And Lynn is saying if Bama could pull our wish list of wide receivers off the board, we had Ruggs, Judy, Waddle, Lockett, Moore, along with Ryan Williams. It'd be a hell of a core, right, for your wide receivers. Working with Jamarcus Shepard, who we love. Okay, heads up. My show is at 7:30 in the morning. I go kind of depending on the topics that I have. I like to open it up, with recruiting where we are. During the season, when we have more media availabilities and there's more football, I'll adjust schedules or I'll be on more. But I plan to be live, or I try to be on live every morning. And then, as news happens, of course, I also make additional videos or YouTube shorts or whatever. So definitely like, subscribe, and I appreciate you guys being here. Just like you, I'm a parent first, so I have my kids all the time. I have Lacey, Caden just left to football practice. He gets back, take him to work, and I have my daughter. So you know how it is during the summertime. So this is what I do for a full-time basis. I appreciate you guys being here. I hope you guys enjoyed my segment this morning talking Alabama football recruiting. Hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe, be notified for breaking news right here on Bama Football on YouTube. And before I go, just know that I appreciate you guys. I understand, I really appreciate you guys. So thanks for being here. Have a beautiful Thursday. It's almost Friday, and we'll keep you posted right here. Maybe we'll do the tomorrow's show from the lake. We'll see how that goes. But I hope you guys have a great start, and be good people. Back as news happens right here on Bama Football on YouTube. See you guys.